Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Facebook Live. This is really fun because I'm trying to do this myself, which is very amazing because I am not very technologically advanced, and this should be a very easy thing apparently to do. But for me, I can do a hysterectomy, I can deliver a baby, I can help you with your body, I can help you with your hormones. But gosh, love me, Facebook Live is a complete challenge. So here we go. And I just wanted to, hopefully I'm doing this well, and if I'm not doing it well, I'll learn, and the next one will be better. So I know we were going to try to do Facebook Live last week at the Bergman Mansion. We were there, but again, I'm very technologically challenged, and I did not figure out how to make it work, so we did not do that. But we did go, and we had a really great time, and we had a turnout really great, and I got to meet lots of nice women of Des Moines and talk to them about the services that we provide and how excited we are to expand and be part with Dr. Bergman. So we've had a lot of fun events last week, and to recap that, Vonda, who is our amazing intake nurse, who we are so excited to be part of her life and for her to be part of our life. She got the best nurse of Lawrence in the best of Lawrence. So woo, we're so excited. And then we went to Dr. Bergman's mansion on Friday and had a discussion about hormones and wellness, and that was really exciting. And then we also have an upcoming another wellness talk with Optimum Cryo Spa up the street, so we're excited to go be part of that as well. And then I go back to Iowa next week because we're growing and expanding, and look really forward to being able to work side by side with Dr. Bergman because he's like a super smart guy and he knows so much about plastic surgery and the human body. And so I can't wait to learn more about perspective from his eyes, and I'm excited to meet people of Iowa. And I actually did my first two, I'm going to just talk today, I think. I did my first 2 years of residency at the University of Iowa, so I'd always drive north to Des Moines and take a right. And what I always remember about that is that there's a long extension time, that there's no place to get gas or go to the bathroom, so just be sure that you don't have to go to the bathroom, and make sure you got gas before you get in that between that part, or else you're having a problem. So that being said, it was really fun, and I love where they practice because it's beautiful, it's amazing, and the people that I get to practice with is another amazing staff. So yay for the world. Now, the supplement of the day that I was going to talk about today is Neurocom, liposomal Neurocom. And so basically what this is a preparation that you can squirt under the tongue, and it helps feel a little zenful. And so it has both GABA and L-theanine in it. GABA is an anti-excitatory neurotransmitter, so when your body's excitable, it helps you feel relaxed. And then the L-theanine blocks oxidative stress of cortisol in peripheral tissues. So that is a big way of saying that when your adrenal gland gets a little freaked out, it'll spit out cortisol. Cortisol makes your heart beat fast, your brain want to spin really fast, just makes it hard to remember and concentrate. Now, if I'm trying to learn through a stress and I can't remember and concentrate, it bums me out. So if I take a little of this before I go into the stress, then I'm like, I'm not so irritated. And then if people come up to me and try to say something that I might not really want to talk about or that kind of irritates me, I can be a little bit more zenful and I can speak from a little bit more present time. But it's not like a Xanax or a Valium that it's going to make you tired, because if you teach yourself whenever you feel a stress that you need to go lay down and you can't face it, then you never learn to work through it. Now, there's a time and place for Xanax and Ativans because sometimes you just need to breathe. And you need to feel like your body's not going to freak out. And you need to feel like you're going to make it through there. And I totally get that. So there's times for those, but there's also times for this as well. So you know what? It's nice to have lots of tools in your tool chest so that when things happen, you know that you can always remain yourself, because this is your meat suit. Which brings me to the discussion of today. So, every week I just kind of think, what would I like to talk about today? And today I think I would like to talk about the meat suit, I call it. So the meat suit, what the heck is that? So that just means your body. Your body, again, is the last thing for you to fear, because your body's job is to protect you from the day you're created until the day you die. Now, this happens to be my meat suit. I didn't get to choose I got to be born into this meat suit, but that's what I got. I didn't get to choose the fact that I'm 5'1" and I'm a little dense, but hey, the fact that I'm dense, I can lift heavy weights, and that is fun. So at least I know if someone drops something, I can pick it up for them, and I do not break easily. But I'm never going to be a 6-foot Victoria's Secret model. So I let that go because I got to rock this meat suit that I was given. So if I rock this meat suit, how do I do it? And I really think that's about what life's journey and adventure is just kind of understanding how how to sync who you are with your body that you've been given, because this journey of life is crazy. But again, the last thing that you have to fear is your own body. So when we're talking about the meat suit, I'm just going to talk about the meat suit a little bit today. Hopefully something about it resonates with you, and if it seems redundant, I get it, but I never find it like an old topic to talk about the meat suit, my body, or the things I can do to help myself feel better. Lauren's here. How fun is that? Okay, hopefully, let me make sure my volume is up high enough. Hope it is. Okay, is it good? Okay, cool. Okay, so what I would say about the meat suit is that we're all born into it. And so there's part of my meat suit, which is my body, actually doesn't have emotion in it. All the emotion that I have is in my little kindergartner self, because my body is just a robot. It wants to carry me from the day I'm created until the day I die. Now, if I spiritually ruminate, or if I feel guilt, or if I feel shame, that's not really my body doing that to me, that's me doing that to myself, because my body's like, oh, I never want to hurt the little person inside here, whatever I look through. And I kind of think about it too, like the Men in Black, and I show this visual to people all the time, and gosh love it, it was Father's Day and Men in Black was playing all over the place. So I'm like, oh, the meat suit, the alien with it is on TV. And so that's what kind of reminded me to kind of talk about this today. So again, think about this with yourself, that you are a little alien and you have your meat suit. Your meat suit is a robot designed to carry you from the day you're created until the day you die. And then we look at life's trajectory, because who I am, my little alien self, I never age. I just become a little bit more life mature, whatever that is. But the speed at which I think, the speed of which I process, what I enjoy, I never lose that part of me, ever, 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 ever. And so when people come in, they're like, oh, I'm just changing. I'm like, no, you're not. Your meat suit's just getting tired, because the meat suit is the interface that my spirit has to live through to connect with all living things on this side, whether it be animals, plants, ants, people. I don't know what it is, but I'm rate limited, but my ability to get through. So it becomes very important that I understand my meat suit's connection points, my individuality, and what makes me human, because that only empowers me as my little mutant alien self to drive my body to the best of my abilities. Now, the reason I look at the body also this way is it really helps me pull out emotion, because you'll notice whenever you feel shame or guilt or sadness, although I think sadness sometimes is just your body trying to help you process and let go of stuff. And when I cry now, I'm not like, dude, why am I crying? I just go, man, my meat suit's sad with me, and I'll cry and I'll let it go, and then I'll move on. Because if I ruminate, if I feel shame, if I am disappointed in myself, I'm giving energy away. And you know what energy is? It's priceless. So when I ruminate, I'd equate that to like driving down the road, rolling down my window of my car, putting money out the window and letting it fly out the window. No, money's hard to come by, energy's hard to come by, so I'm not going to let that happen so easily, so I pull that in. So whenever I know I'm ruminating, I'm feeling shame, I'm doing something, I'm like, oh, I'm making life harder on my meat suit and on me. Where's that coming from? Why do I feel that way? And if I understand where it comes that way, then I'll let it go. So I try not to lose a lot of energy on a lot of emotion if I can control that better. So be mindful of that. Now, the meat suit evolved in a cave, so it's super primal. If I look outside, my meat suit does not understand cars, that building. It doesn't understand skyscrapers. It doesn't understand electricity. It just thinks if you eat some whole foods, move around a little bit. We evolved in a cave, so there's no gym in the cave. You roll around in the dirt and lift some rocks, jump around and chase some animals and pick some fruit out of trees. So even the earth move, sweat. Well, guess what? When I run around outside and I pick fruit, I sweat. What happens when I sweat? I detoxify, like I get rid of goo. Even the earth moves, sweat. Pee and poop, which just means you have a healthy gastrointestinal system, because if you have a lot of food allergens or you're not drinking a lot of water, your body can't get rid of a lot of goo, and it gives energy to fight those things off. So even the earth moves, sweat, pee and poops. Sleep is good. Sleep is when your meat suit regenerates itself. So if my little alien's trying to help my meat suit out, my meat suit is like, dude, I got this. You need to go to bed. I got to heal her up. So if I'm always trying to override my meat suit, my body's bazillion years of figuring out how to be healthy, I mess it up because I outthink it. So now I'm like, stop outthinking it, go to sleep, woman. Or so I try to help myself do. Now, sometimes our sleep gets off in the meat suit, and I think it's really more advanced than just thinking about your bed or your pillow or anything like that, despite what the commercials say, because your body and your brain has to have enough energy to turn off correctly. It's like a computer. So if you try to take a computer that's not so good and turn it off, it doesn't boot up, it doesn't go down well. So if you give that beautiful body energy and connection, what happens? You sleep like a champion. And you know what else about the human body? It heals up super speedy if given the right opportunity. And I've had multiple conversations with people lately and asked them, where do you like to go on a trip? And they'll say, mountains. And I'm like, if you drove or flew to the mountains and you went there tomorrow, how do you think your sleep would be? I sleep great in the mountains. Really? How's your energy in the mountains? I feel great in the mountains. Well, yesterday you said you couldn't sleep, you can't remember and concentrate, you crave bad foods, and you don't feel well. But in less than 24 hours, with a change of environment, you perk up. Look how fast your body regenerates with a change of environment where you feel like you connect. And if you can do that with just a little mileage by either plane or car, certainly we have a fighting chance of doing that every day in our whole life. So we just have to have faith and understand that. So sleep. And then balance of energy and community. So community is just, you feel like you belong somewhere. And I tell folks that could be with ants, that could be with people, that could be with trees, that could be with grass, that could be with anything. It's just something. So you can't make yourself want to belong where your neighbor belongs. You can't make yourself belong where your mom or dad want you to belong. You belong somewhere no matter what anyone says, and you just have to have faith and love where it is. And the other thing is balance of energy. Balance of energy is how much energy your body biologically gives you, how much energy you give out to the world, and how much energy the world gives you. And it's a little complex, but it actually makes sense, because when I'm talking to people, I'm always trying to hear what they're saying. Because if we're all little aliens in a meat suit, then what happens is that when you're coming in and you're telling me what it feels like to be you, you're telling me what it feels like to be in your body. And if I listen, I hear what your meat suit wants. And that is like the funnest part of my whole day, is to listen. What was your day like, and what does it feel like to be you? Because there's absolutely zero wrong with you. I kind of like doing it this way because I can see my like, I can see my hand motions. I get more animated this way. So when you are inside your body, if you feel connected to your body, you feel like you can live through it really well, and it feels super peaceful. And I could jump off the chair and I could sit back down, and it feels really good. But if my meat suit feels deficient on energy, like my cell phone is like low cell mode, then it holds me down and it gets heavy. So my ability to interact with the world around me, it's hard. And the longer that happens, the more disconnected I feel with myself and the world, and it makes it makes me feel very bad. And so when you come in, people will say, if I go to the grocery store with people, it makes me happy. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, they love people, and people regenerate him or her, and they like the grocery store. So it kind of helps you know what you do when you don't feel connected, and what helps regenerate you. And then I can also go back and kind of hear how people have grown up. And that's why I ask all these questions like, when you were little, what's your favorite subject? Because if you like art and you like choir, you are like so artistic. And if you like math and you like science, usually those people are super analytical. And before I went to grade school, I don't know how your life was, but my parents didn't sit me down and say, hey, Sam, the way to go to school is to do it this way. I just went and figured it out. So when you ask someone how they do when they're in grade school, you actually kind of figure out genuinely who they are, because you just get dropped off at the front door and you go in and you just kind of figure out the way that things go. And you will always be drawn to your natural tendencies. And we're a little bit less fearful when we go to school the first time. I mean, we're scared about our shoes and our backpacks. But if my neighbor asks me to color with him, I'm so down with coloring with him, because I'm just happy to help people and genuinely want to have a good day. But if you take someone who loves art and music and you sit them in a chair at the end of their day and you give them a really hard calculus problem and they don't think analytically, they're like, I do not understand what you're telling me. And that's not because they're not super amazingly smart. It's because they don't learn that way. And it's because they're tired. And you take someone who's tired and try to teach someone who understands English, French, and it doesn't go so well. So in that regard, we're all super smart if put in the right environment that speaks to who we are. So I really love to help people hear that about themselves and understand that about themselves, because dude, life is hard. We all are amazing. If we just kind of understand a little bit about our bodies, where we find our connection points, life gets that much easier. So one of the things that I hear a lot of people come in for a lot of times is they're like, I'd like to lose weight. And I go, okay. But you know what I know? Why would your body gain weight? Your body would gain weight because it's protecting you from famine, right? So if it was a famine outside, does your body want you to be this strong, muscular person? No, it wants you to be body fat up, muscle mass down, because your muscle burns calories, and that means you're an expensive date and you'll die soon. So your body's like, you're not dying, because my job is to keep you alive. So as it does that, what it does whenever it's stressed out is it ups body fat, reduces muscle mass. So anyone that comes in that says, I would like to help lose weight, I get so excited, because I know their meat suit was protecting them from something, and I can't wait to figure it out, because then they feel so much better and they feel connected with their body and they smile, and it makes me so happy. So just to watch people smile makes you happy. So that is what people come and ask for weight loss. And the other thing they also ask for is they think they have like Alzheimer's and they can't remember and concentrate. And guess what? You fear, and no one drives around thinking and telling their best friend, their mom, their sisters, hey, I think I have Alzheimer's today. No, if you start thinking you have that, what do? You sit at home and you freak out by yourself all the time. And you're searching on the web and you're searching on your phone for symptoms of Alzheimer's. And you're just like, that is me. So finally they'll come in and I'll be like, I don't think you have that. Let's talk about some other things. And you ask the beautiful body why the body doesn't want them remembering and concentrating. And a lot of times you can solve the problem. I'm not saying all the time, but I'm just saying we have a fighting chance. Our bodies outlived the dinosaurs. We can do a lot of cool stuff. So anyway, that's really fun too. And then the other thing I'll find is hormones. So people will be like, oh, like women, when we go through menopause. And really, honestly, again, back to here, our hormones are leaving us starting at least at the age of 35. And people be like, we don't go through menopause to 51 to 52. I get that. That's when the estrogen leaves. But before then, our body's undergoing all this fluctuation. If I am 35 and advanced maternal age, if I'm 40 and I'm elderly gravid, which means apparently I've got dusty eggs or something, I'm not quite sure. You can't tell me that if I am procreating at a higher risk, I'm not having a change in my ovaries. And if my ovaries help de-stress my body, then my balance of energy is off, because I don't have as much energy that my body's giving me, because my eggs are not the same quality that I was born with. So when that stress relief kind of backup system for your body goes down, then what happens is my body feels more stress. And as my body feels more stress, I get a little bit more irritable. My evening energy goes down. My sleep gets a little bit more off. And my mommy sense of self, of being a chill mommy, goes way down. And I become a little horn-like towards the end of the day, because our beautiful children are amazing, but guess what? We give them energy. And if you are going to go up to a body at the end of the day and say, hey, I need your energy, and I'm deficient, then my body's like, leave me alone, please. But that makes me feel really bad inside, because it makes me feel like I'm not loving my munchkins, but it really has nothing to do with my lack of love of munchkins, because I love them. It has to do with that I'm deficient on energy and I'm tired. And then you start ruminating. You're deficient on energy. The human brain ruminates. You're like, I suck as a mom. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm becoming this different person. And then your kids stop coming to talk to you. And really, you know what? It's just the meat suit. The meat suit is on low power mode, because the balance of energy of what your body is giving you is off. And so you get frustrated living through that meat suit, especially at night, because you've given all this energy away to absolutely everything else. You gave it away to the grocery store. You gave it away to the gas station. You gave it away to the phone. You gave it away by just freaking looking outside and breathing. So that being said, life is hard. Your meat suit is easy. So I just wanted to talk about the meat suit. Some conversations that I've had with people, reiterate those things that are important in the philosophy from what we live behind, and say, I'm so excited that we get to go to Iowa. I'm so excited to be doing the things that we're doing now. I'm so excited to be with and thankful for the beautiful, wonderful people I get to work with, because, I mean, they are my family away from my family. We also moved recently, and we have like the most beautiful windows around us. And I just think that light and community and being together a little tighter makes us feel even better and stronger as a place to help people. So we look forward to our opportunities to grow and mold and change with where life is taking us. Because gosh love it, what you have to know is that while I talk to everyone about life's journeys, I mean, we're on life's journeys too. And so if you want to look at any group of people that have had so much change, love people, and are trying to have the most faith in making the world a better place, I mean, that's what we're trying to be about. So it's not easy for any of us, but we believe in it. So, and if we all believe in it together, maybe it's a little less painful and we find the confidence to make it where we need to go. So anyway, I just want you to know that stuff about us and our meat suit. And we just love everybody we work with. And we want to send a shout out to Amy and an awesome congratulations to Vonda. And yay. So this is really cool because I can see people if they have questions. So I don't think anyone has any questions. So what we'll do is we will just see you next week. And I can't wait that now that I've done this, I have no excuse that I cannot do this at the Bergman Mansion when I go up there. And I'm going to walk you around this place because I walked around in there and I'm like, wow, those walls just speak to me, and it's really cool. And it's this, my husband's been watching a lot of those home shows about all this renovation. And so the Bergman Mansion, they took Good Housekeeping's old headquarters and he totally renovated it. And it is so cool. I felt like a little 4 or 6-year-old girl, and I could sit at the top and look at all the cars. And I feel like I should have a princess hat and a wand to be like, hello, this is so fun in here. Because it just is a really cool energy, and those walls speak for themselves. And it's just fun to be on life's journey and have that experience. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. If you have any questions, let us know. And yay, thanks for joining us. So I'm going to hit the button to turn off for now because that would be okay. And you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.